Hello there. In this tutorial, we're going to discuss about frame relay. So frame relay, we configure cloud in the last video. We learned about the frame relay a bit, and we learned about that frame relay use concept of virtual circuits. In the frame relay, we basically and if we are configuring point to point, in this point-to-point concept, we basically divide serial interface into two. The reason is that we, if for example, have one physical network of one physical serial interface in the router and wants to expand the network for near futures, then we require more and more uh, virtual circuits. We require circuits, basically we require physical circuits, so that we configure different IP ranges. But with point-to-point frame relay, we basically divide serial interface. For example, this router having one serial interface, so we will divide that serial interface into two. We create a virtual circuit. We actually create the virtual circuit, virtual serial interface, and in that serial interface we will put a different IP network, IP IDs, so that our different network get connected with each other, available with each other. So doesn't matter what the ranges are. We just need to check whether our network are working or not, but we need to create a point-to-point frame relay. So at enable, we need to host name R1. We have to just config T. So host name R1. Now here we have to interface 00/0. Now this interface I'm doing a configuration on, so 00, which is configured with the cloud encapsulation. Now encapsulations have three way to encapsulate. We learned about that Cisco having SDLC propriety. We already configured PPP. In this tutorial, we're going to learn about frame relay. So encapsulation frame relay LMI type. So our cloud LMI type is Cisco, so we will be select Cisco, no shutdown to up the link. So it's done. Now exit from here and remove to configuration. You can see this link is now up. Now ready to configure. Now what are you going to do? We're going to divide the serial interface into two. Now what we're going to do is interface serial 0/0.1. Now reference to question mark wants to show the by default Cisco routers can use 0 to 4294967295. This is a huge number, so routers basically support up to these ports. It means you can divide serial interface up to this number, but depend upon your speed, depend upon the lease line. If you are having lease line, a dedicated connection, and if you have a great speed, then it's okay, but otherwise it will be headache. So or if you are using only a private network, then it's okay. So we're going to divide the network, the serial interface, point 1. Now point to point, hit enter. So 1.1 serial interface is up. So now IP address, now we have to give IP address of the serial interface, point 1 255.0.0 Now no need to give a clock rate from frame relay in phase dulce value. Dulce value we were going to give is 102. Now exit from here. Now again 0/0, and now we want to create another in phase, so point 2. Sorry, we have to put a point to point. Okay, hit enter. So another link is created, another sub interface is created. So at sub interface of 0/0.2 we have to give the IP 21.255.0.0 frame relay interface dulce, and then 103. So it's okay. Exit. No need to give a clock rate or shutdown. We already give a shutdown, so not required to give again. So since link is already up, so that it will be continue. Keep on increasing link. That doesn't matter once a shutdown command is work. But clock is not required because we already connect with cloud. Now phase 0/0. Now I just want to enable routing, so just to show that network is working fine, just to check whether the network is working fine via cloud. That's the reason I just want to give for the testing purpose 192.168.1.1.255.255.0. Hit enter. Now no shutdown. So all done. Just wants to look at the routing, so that's the reason. Exit from here. Control Z to show IP interface brief. So you can see here that our serial interface is divided to 0/0.1 fast Ethernet port given the IP 192.168.1.1. 0/0.2. Then this router also we going to configure like this. So enable config T goes to host name R2. So in phase 0/0. Now this is the interface we're going to configure. Encapsulation frame relay interface dulce. So at the chart we give our dulce values 10. We have to give LMI type. So frame relay, it's not a dulce value. We have to give LMI type. After encapsulation frame relay, it will be LMI type. Cisco. So frame relay LMI type Cisco. This is the command. Encapsulation frame relay LMI type Cisco. Now no shutdown to up the link. Okay, done. Exit. Now we have to divide the serial interface 0/0.1. Sorry, point to point. Okay, so server interface is created. Now we have to give an IP. So we have 2 IPs selected, TANS2 and 255.0.0. Same frame relay dulce value LMI interface dulce 201 of that IP. Now we have to go to exit, command to divide the interface again. 0/0.2 point to point. Link is up. IP address 3:2 this time. 255.0.0. Frame relay interface DOSI 203. Exit interface fast Ethernet /0. Again, I just want to check the routing. That's the reason giving the IP address 192.168.2.1 255.255.255.0. They're shut down. Exit. Show IP interface brief. You can see here that physical layer is up. The data link is up, but protocol no routing is enabled at the region. Now in this is our third router, CLI mode. So config T hostname R3 and interface 0/0 encapsulation frame relay LMI type Cisco. Remember, cloud, if cloud is configured LMI with Cisco, then you have to give Cisco. So now shut down, uplink, exit interface 0/0/0.1 point to point. Link is up, IP address 3's 22 because the Darcy value is 301, so 2 and 22. 255.0.0.0 and frame relay interface DOSI. The DOSI value we're going to give is 301. So exit interface 0/0/0.2 point to point IP address 3's1 255.0.0 frame relay interface DOSI 302 exit. So all is done. Now we have to configure the fast Ethernet port. Interface fast Ethernet. (0/0) IP address 192.168.3.1 255.255.255.0. Now shut down. Okay. Exit. So every link is up. Now we need to configure routing now, just to check the network whether it's performing well or not. Otherwise, the configuration we want to make is done. The reason to divide the network is very simple, is to basically provide as many as private network, to connect as many as private network as you can in the router, And since you need to be subnetting, that's the reason subnet was used. Now we're just configuring routing RIP version 2 network, just to check whether our network is performing well or not. Otherwise, the actual performance for actual tutorial, the point to point is done. So networks 20, network 30, 192.168.3.0. So we done the routing in our router 3. Same router 2. Version 2. Network. One nine two dot one six eight dot 2.0. Config T. Router RIP version 2. Network value. So all is done. Now let me check the routing by giving IP address individually. So again, we're just checking. For checking the routing, we are just whether our cloud configuration is done or not. Because if we made any configuration wrong, then we will not get the reply from our other network's PC. So just setting up the network. Two dot one. And the 3 range series 192.168.3.2, 192.168.3.1, the gateway. Three dot 3.683.1. Okay, all is set. Now let me ping with our native network. Here we go. Done. So cloud is working fine. Great. Pinging. Wants to do the 2.3. Great. Great. So our cloud configuration is almost done, and we also configure a virtual network. So any of the path is just going with because we're just sending data, and the serial port having two-way to send data now. It's either tens or it's either 20s, because routing is enabled in all routers, so it could be travel with any uh, network, any serial network. All done. So our cloud configuration is perfect, and it's pinging with every network. So hope you learned something about point to point. In point to point, we just divide the serial interface, uh, and since it utilized the virtual networks concept, so that's the reason we have to divide the serial interface, so that more and more network interface can be created in a physical serial interface. Hope you learned something from it. Thanks for watching.